I too sing America. I am the darker brother. They send me to eat in the kitchen when company comes, but I laugh and eat well and grow strong.
Revolution will not be right back after a message about a white tornado, white lightning, or white people.
This revolution is not a rerun, brothers. This revolution is live.
I come from the blues. I am a bluesologist, a musician.
In the second half of the 1960s, the atmosphere in Harlem was revolution. It was about trying to create change, raising levels of consciousness. It was cool to be black and proud at that time.
Say it loud. Say it loud.
It was a movement of poets and visual artists and dancers and musicians who had decided that we were going to use our art as a major weapon to attack the oppressive system.
From river to river, uptown and down, there's liable to be confusion when a dream gets kicked around. You talk like they don't kick dreams around downtown. I expect they do, but I'm talking about Harlem to you.
I went to Lincoln University for one reason, Langston Hughes.
There was a lot of tension on the campuses campus that we went to, and on Howard University's campus in Morgan State and some other places that we came in contact with.
The death of Martin Luther King changed my mood, changed my ideas, changed everything for me almost immediately.
The main focal point was taken away with the assassination of Dr. King. So people kind of aspired and listened to culture and the music to send us messages of where to go.
It was after King's death that the last poets were born.
You will not be able to stay home, brother. You will not be able to plug in, turn on, and cop out. You will not be able to lose yourself on Skag and skip out for beer during commercials because the revolution will not be televised.
So Gil Scott-Heron taking it from the last poets and the Watts Prophets and from James Brown and Curtis Mayfield, you know, pretty much saying, okay, yeah, let's keep it together, but this is what's out there. So make sure you got your eyes and your ears open.
The revolution will not be televised, will not be televised, not be televised.
We wrote it as a piece of satire. Watching television would not accomplish anything. That the change that we were looking for was going to take place in their mind, not on the television sets.
The revolution will be no rerun, brothers. The revolution will be live.
If I was them, I mean, we were making some sense. But what do you do? Stop?
He probably underwent as much surveillance as certainly any public speaker in that time. Because, I mean, he's really functioning as, you know, musical prophet, poet, you know, but also activist at the same time.
Ain't it nice to fly you waving as soft clouds? All I really want to say.
I have been in the audience at shows where he has people doubled over with laughter because he's a humorist as well as a musician, a bluesologist, all of the other things he describes himself to be.
So there's always a smile, there's always a joke or two with a plate of food and then saying something serious to tell you to watch your back. It comes out of those elements. I mean, the blues isn't all sad.
So I went out in the street and I run into one of the brothers on the avenue and I said, brother, look here, what's happening? Where can I find the blues? He said, well, hell, you don't have to do nothing, just stand here. Something that is instinctively valuable to us. We come from that tradition from longer than we can remember.
You have to go all the way back to the African griots and just the way that people used to pass code in the plantations of the South in America. What happened to protest and rage?
I think white folks ate it.
Whatever happened to the protests and the rage? Fight the power! Fight the power! Fight the power! Fight the power!
A lot of people have called Gil the godfather of rap.
I don't ever get up and say, good morning, Godfather, how you doing?
Gil had fallen off as far as some people are concerned, and all of a sudden comes out this little CD and a cassette called Spirits, and Gil is kicking it. And the message to the young rappers was very, very important because a lot of the hip-hop artists today don't read and they don't study their history, they don't understand that what's motivating them to even open up their big mouths is the fact that somebody tried to shut their mouths.
In the way they treat you sometimes. That's how I dealt with it. I went up there and did that and came home. What are you gonna do? If you drafted into the Army and you got to do 4 years, what you gonna do? You gotta go do that. You going somewhere you don't want to go. You got to do something you don't want to do. You got to be somewhere you don't want to be. You in jail, you don't want to be there. But I'd sooner be in jail than to be in Iraq fighting and killing some people I don't want to be. I don't want to mess with nowhere.
Now I hear the sound of sirens come knifing through the gloom.
I think that that what he set out to do was to write some good music, was to write some good books, to write some good poems, to heal, and to inform. And I think that he's done that.
I don't know who else I could have been. I don't know anybody else I would have rather been.